All right, people, live, uncut, unedited. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut, unedited.
Come on in, people.
Live, uncut,
Come on
unedited.
in.
Come on in. We'd love to hear from you. Live, uncut, unedited. This is live. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, come on in. Come on in. This live, uncut, unedited. I want to give a shout out to my out of towners and my YouTube family. Come on in. Continue to come on in and share the video. And I tell you, this is real. Magic wheel of crypto. Okay. All right. Miss Smith, I see you. My buddy Nathan. What's going on, Nate? I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you, Miss Wright. I see you. I see you, Peggy. I see you, Bloomington, Illinois, in the house. Bloomington in the house. All right, people, come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. And this is the truth. A missing person. A missing person. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on live. I didn't even know. I'm on live. I'm on live. I'm sorry, people. I didn't program my phone. Hey, I'm on live. I'm going to call you back. All right. Yeah, I'm sorry, people. I am so sorry. I am so sorry, people. That normally don't happen, but I'm so sorry. Sorry. All right, come on in, people. This is live, uncut, unedited. We want to get the show on the roll. We want to talk about missing people, sex trafficking. This is real, and a lot of young people. I want to talk to a lot of young people, the ones that think the grass is green on the other side. I want to talk to the ones that don't want to listen to their parents. And I want to talk to the ones that don't have no parents, but you got foster parents or somebody, a guardian taking care, a guardian. That's who I want to talk to. So if you know any young folks, tag them in this page. Maybe they need to hear this. They definitely need to hear this. And I'm going to tell you, all I know, I got information that the sister passed, that she passed. I don't know if she got killed or what. I don't know. That's what they told me, she passed. So I'm going to leave it at that. If they don't want to tell us how she passed, that's okay with me. It's okay with me. Just thankful I was able to help out with my platform, people. And see, it's a lot going on, people out here, and we don't want to talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. Loretta, what's going on? I see you. I see you. See, now there's some of my guests real quick. JD, what's going on? All right, Harris, I see you. Nicole Shepard, I see you. Vicky Garvin, I see you. Jacqueline Thomas, I see you. Miss Beasley, I see you. I see you. I see you. TNO, I see you. Sticks, I see you. Tiffany Michelle, I see you. Judy Pickerson, I see you. I see you. It's a sad day. As that Sakira Harris, I see you. Listen, people, let me just say one thing. Let me just say one thing, and I'm gonna be real firm of what I say, and I'm saying it unapologetically, that the streets mean none of us no good. Now, I don't care how well we navigate in them. And I think I'm a pretty street person, good street person, but that don't mean that I can't get caught slacking, lacking. That don't mean that nothing can't happen to me. The streets mean none of us no good, people. And Black people, we got trauma on top of trauma, trauma on top of trauma, trauma on top of trauma. We oppress. Some of us, we just messed up. And some of us are in poverty. Most of us are in poverty. Not because we're not educated, not because we're smart, not because we've been disobedient. We're in poverty. It's by design. This is a system. It's a capitalist system. Everybody can't be rich and well off, but you can be rich in spirit. That's what I want to say. All right. Now, to the family of our dear sister Pittman, believe I'm going to tell you her name is, I got it right here, don't want to say it wrong. Her name is Hasina Pittman. I don't want to give my condolence to the family. You have my prayers. Her children have my prayers. Her friends and well-wishers have my prayers. I tell you, the scripture said men ought to always pray and not faint. And people, we have to pray. When I say pray, I don't mean take your hands and you sit on them and don't do nothing. That's not the type of prayer that I'm talking about. I'm talking about prayer with action. When you ask God for a job and say, hey, I'm praying for a job, but now since I'm praying for a job, let me go out and network and see who's hiring. Let me fill out some job applications online. Let me fill out or make me a resume. That's what real prayer is. That's what prayer is. So all this, the scripture said faith without works is dead. We don't need no dead faith out here. So we have to put action into what we do, people. You can't tell me that you love me, but you never show me that you love me. You never do. So that's what I can base your actions, by your actions. Well, you say, well, Martin, you judging. Yes, I'm judging your actions, the way you treat me, the way you treat me. This is real, people. And we have a lot of people that's coming up missing. And some of us that are missing, black people that look like me, are found without no trace, are never found without no trace. Some are found and some are not. It is a sad, it's a lose situation altogether. Now just take, you can find a person that's missing, regardless if he or she ran away. You don't know what they've experienced out there by running away. You may have your daughter back, you may have your son back physically, but mentally they're gone, they're messed up. And I'm gonna tell you, it's more than just sex trafficking, it's organ harvesting. People are looking for organs and they're going to the black market and they don't care if it's black, white, they need an organ in order to live. This is real, people. Because you don't know about this, that doesn't mean it don't exist. Because you don't see it on TV, that doesn't mean that it don't exist. This is real. I see all my friends. I'm glad you guys come on here. Miss Pillington, I see you. I see you. I see you. This real, people. Sex trafficking is real. You heard the lady last night, was on my live last night. Her 13-year-old daughter was sex trafficking, held for hostage. And listen, you young ladies that think it's cute, running away from home, smoking, drinking, not obeying your parents. And I'm going to tell you, you get out here in this mean world, they're going to eat you up and spit you alive, and you might not make it back home. And if you do make it back home, your mental capacity might not ever be right or can get right. Counseling won't even help you. It's going to take an act of God to bring yourself back, your mind. When I say yourself, your mind. That's what it's going to take. You think it's cute out here in these streets. Oh, my mama too strict. Oh, my father too strict. They had fun when they was little. I want to have fun too. We living in a different day and a different time, young folks. Don't you know you got young people out here that's hooked on drugs? You got young people out here hooked on pills, heroin, lean, they smoking weed, and alcohol. They're hooked. I'm talking about young people that's not even grown. Not even grown. You got young people out here that's selling sex. Young underage people out here selling sex. Some are doing it because they're forced to do it. Well, what do you mean by force, Martin? You got grown men and women forcing them to do these ungodly sex acts, perform sex acts for money. Well, Martin, you say ain't no pimps out here. You right, but you getting pimped. That still exists. Somebody said pimping ain't dead. It's not dead. Prostitution is real. It's real. Those of us that frequent visit these hotels, you'll see these young girls up in there selling sex with all this makeup and trying to look grown and hair weave and eyelashes. Ain't nothing but some babies. Nothing but some babies. Our babies. Running away. Some not running away, some are being snatched. So women, don't think that this can't happen to you. Don't think that you can't get snatched. Don't think that you can't get hooked on drugs. I always tell young people, drugs are fun until you get hooked. Then when you find yourself taking off your clothes as a young lady to get some drugs to kill your urge. Then young men, when you find yourself going against your morals with another man just to get your fix, your urge on, your fix, then you'll realize, hey, this is going too far. We're going too far. I remember the days when I can get drunk and throw up and fall out. My friends take me home, and I may not get drunk for another 2 or 3 months. But now I'm finding myself getting drunk, drinking every day and getting drunk every day, falling out, and people taking advantage of me. Both males and females. They're going in my pocket, taking my money. They're performing sex acts on me, doing all types of ungodly things while I'm drunk. Yeah, I'm talking about you, young lady, young man. Listen, some of you don't know better. You think, well, Martin, I'm going to pop a whole pill. I just pop a half a pill. And I crush it up and I'm just mellow. But guess what? Those pills are very addictive. That lean that you're drinking is very addictive. That weed, that loud that you're smoking is very addictive. Alcohol, very addictive. And I want to say this to some of these people out here that don't believe me. Have you ever seen a person that's hooked on drugs, whether it be your relative or family member or friend or someone you used to know in the community? They didn't start off like that. They wasn't always in the attic. They started off having fun. Somebody introduced them to drugs. And I always tell young people, anybody, any person that introduces you to drugs and alcohol are not your friend. Notice I say introduce. Now, if you smoke weed already and they smoke weed and y'all matching the blunt, and if you drink and they drink already, I understand. You pop, they pop, I understand. But if somebody trying to introduce you to a new drug that you've never tried and you told them you don't want it, and they tell you, here, just try it. Go ahead, just try it. It ain't gonna do nothing. Look at me. I ain't messed up. Listen, drugs have different effects on different people. Back in my day, we call it a happy stick, a sherm stick, a wet daddy. And I've known of people walking down the street butt naked, high off a Sherm, Happy Stick, or Wet Daddy. In your day, you guys called it a leaf. Leaf. This is real, young people. I'm telling you. Well, Martin, I got to do something for fun. I just can't stay in the house and read a book all day, and I got to do something. I ain't got no life. Guess what? You do have a life. You have your family. They love you. The streets don't love nobody. And most of you young ladies that's listening to me that ever got pregnant before, even though you probably terminated your pregnancy, trust me, you know you didn't want to be pregnant. And it hurted you to terminate your pregnancy. But you knew that you was out there. And you knew the person that you assumed that you was pregnant by probably wasn't going to live up to a part, wasn't going to live up to it. He was going to be in denial. Listen, most of these men, young men out here, they ain't doing nothing but practicing. They don't know what they're doing. They're practicing. Practicing on you. And you wonder why a lot of young people having babies early. They're having unprotected sex. You shouldn't even be having no sex. And I'm not against what's boys like and girls like. I'm not against that at all. I'm for that. But I'm against the same sex. That's what I'm against. People shoving that down our young people's throat. Young people should not be out here worried about having sex. Number one thing they should be concentrating on, listen to their parents, staying in school, trying to stay on the right track. That's what they should be concentrating on. And people, sex trafficking is real. Young lady, if you think that one chance you out there tricking these old men for money and they're giving you a few $40, $50, whatever, that's nothing. That's nothing to them. That's nothing. Well, Martin, I just gave him a little oral for 5 or 10 minutes and he came just like that. Yeah. Guess what? What if somebody walk up on you and videotape you while you giving him oral in the car, in the alley, or on the side street, dark street? What if that? Then your reputation is gone, young lady, young man. Your reputation is gone. Because the men are worse, just as worse as the women out there. Listen, I know this is a hard conversation to talk about, but it's necessary, it's needed. Somebody's going to hear to this warning. Young ladies, if you have a boyfriend or friend, a female friend or whatever, she's your running buddy, if she's trying to persuade you not to listen to your parents and to leave home and not come back, you need to get rid of that friend or that boyfriend. You need to get rid of her or him. Get rid of them. Get rid of them. Because at the end of the day, your parents are the only one that really love you, to care about you. When it all boil down to it, go to jail. Those of you that have ever been in jail for a period of time, let me ask you a question. How many of your friends came and visit you? How many of your friends accepted or put money on the books where you can call their phones? How many of your friends put up some money or sent you some money, put on your books so you can get some commissary while you inside jail? How many of them done that? Ask yourself that question. But you out here carjacking with them. You out here doing drive-bys with them. You out here standing on the corner doing security, holding a gun, willing to kill somebody for your so-called brother that don't give a care about nothing you do. They just using you. And that's how the world is. We living in the mean world. Once they get through using you, they'll push you right in front of a bus or kick you down the stairs. I'm just speaking, that's like a metaphor, other words and sense. Not necessarily pushing you down the stairs or throwing you in front of a bus, but it can happen. That same friend that you're risking your life and your reputation for telling on you because he got caught down the street with 40 bags of weed on him. And the police asked him, give me somebody that got a gun and I'll make this go away. And guess what? He just gave you up because he got caught. And you don't know nothing about him getting caught with them 40 bags of weed. It's police officers out here that make deals with people on the street, with criminals. How you think they know what's going on? Police is not in our circles. Those of us criminals, I don't want to include myself, but I say our as a community. Don't nobody know what's going on in your house, except you know what's going on in your house. How you think the police know? Maybe tapping your phone, listening in, your friends, your so-called friends. Young lady, if you listen to me right now, and if you land in a hotel room waiting on a man to come in there so you can have sex with him for change, for money, run for your life. Go home to your family. Your family love you. Tell mom, tell dad, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done it. I thought the grass was green on the other side. Run for your life. And if you're scared, run and call the police until they hold you, until your family come and get you. Run. I don't care if you got to leave out with no coat on, no jacket on, whatever. Run for your life. These people don't love you. You're nothing to them. You're nothing but a dollar. And when you don't produce anymore, when you all worn out and beat up and gone through and don't nobody want you, they not asking about you no more, guess what? They're going to get another person. And they might just off you. Off me, kill you. You've heard it been said, young ladies found in garbage cans and in alleys, in the trunk of a car. It can happen. This is the truth. I'm talking to young people now. Parents, if you got young people, share this video. Show it to them. They know I'm telling the truth. How many of you young people that went on a drive-by, just you and another person, 3 of you guys, and it got out that you guys did that, responsible for it? Somebody in the circle told something. Somebody told something. Now, all 3 of you guys are arguing at each other, trying to figure out, how did it get out? We hot. Now you want to turn a gun on each other because you believe this one said or this one said it. Aren't you tired of living that life? And I always tell people, whoever get to that gun first, that's the baddest man and woman that day. I'm telling you. And I tell all those conceal and carry people, God bless you. But if you don't have your gun in your hand when they run up on you, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. No real shooter is going to allow you to reach. While they got that gun on you, they're going to shoot you down dead. I'm just telling you the truth. And these young shooters are heartless out here. Young ladies, a lot of you are not innocent. You in a hotel room with this so-called baller that you know they got a little weed or a little stash. Now you texting, telling your homies what kind of car you in and what room you in, and we getting ready to leave out in the next 15 minutes. Meet us in parking lot A. He got on a red jacket, but just don't kill him. And whatever y'all get, I won't have. I want to split. Listen, young lady, when you set up anybody and they tell you that we're not going to hurt him. We're going to scare him, and we just going to get his money and rob him. It may not go that way. Now you feeling some type of way because the guy you was just laying up in the hotel, you called and got him set up. They didn't blew his brains out now and still didn't get nothing. Now you got to live with this blood on your hand. Now you smoking blunt after blunt because you don't know if it's going to get out. Now you popping pills even more so, trying to cool your conscience. You trying not to think about it. Young lady, you're dead wrong. Well, Martin, I'm young. I'm going to live my life. This is what I want to do. This is my life. Can't nobody tell me what to do. My mama can't tell me what to do. My father can't tell me what to do. I ain't never had no whipping. I'm doing what I want to do. Guess what? You're going to suffer the consequences to do what you want to do too. You out there committing adult crimes, you're going to get adult punishment. And that don't mean necessary jail. You might get a pumpkin head. You might even get a trip out of this world. Something that you're not prepared to go, to leave this world. This is real, people. It's real. We have to take some accountability for our actions. There's no excuse for our young men, 10 young boys, 10, 11, 12, 13, walking around here with a gun. Come on, people. They walking around here with a gun, extended clip, a drum, switches that make a semi go to automatic gun. Come on, people. We know that the white man is putting the artillery in our community. We know that the white man is behind it. We know that the white man is putting drugs, making it ready in our community. Why is it that our young people, the things that they really need to make it in this life is so hard and difficult to obtain? The things that mean them no good, it is so easily and ready for them to get it at a drop of a hat. Why is that? Why is that? Why is it? Everything that's not good for our young people, somehow they find a way to bring it into their possession. Come on, people. Somebody's playing a game on us. Seriously. Seriously. 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, 14, 15, carjacking, shooting and killing people, robbing people, robbing banks and jewelry stores. Come on, people. Where did they get that from? Where did they get it from? Is it the music? Is it the violent videos that they're watching? Is it the internet? Is it the drill music? Or is it their parents? They had to get it from somewhere. Where did they get this from? Did they get it from the home? Did they get it from the streets? Did they get it from school? Or did they get it from social media? They got it from somewhere. Now, you're not born learning how to shoot a gun now. You got to pick one up and aim and know how to shoot it. Come on, people. Have y'all noticed that so many little babies are getting shot? And most of them are probably by mistake. Have y'all noticed that so many young people, young, that's not even teenagers, have guns, automatic, big guns? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that parents that don't want to discipline their children starting at a young age, make an excuse and say they don't want us to discipline our children. That's a false excuse. Have you noticed that our children are so angry? Have you noticed? Have you noticed while you're in the car driving with your children, how they pay no attention to you and how they just paying attention to their computers and to their tablets and their phones, and they're looking down and they never look up? Have you noticed that they're sitting at the dinner table eating, just typing away? Have you noticed that, parents? Have you noticed that our children are not motivated to go to school? Have you noticed that? I'm talking about our young people. Parents, we fail our young folks, and we have to take accountability. Have you noticed that our young people have no fear of nothing? No fear of God, no fear of their own parents, no fear of the police, no fear of the school teacher, their coaches, their mentors, the pastors, nobody. Have you noticed that? Or is it just me? Have you noticed that our young people are killing each other for little minor infractions, a social media beef or argument? Have you noticed that? That our young people are walking around with masks on, full masks, where you can't see their face, with the hoodie on their head and the drawstring is pulled all the way down? Have you noticed that? Or is it just me? Have you noticed that some of our young people don't want to go to school? Now, when I'm talking about young people, I'm not saying every Black person, woman, young woman, or young man, or teenager, or not a teenager. I'm not saying everyone, but these are things that I'm noticing. Have you noticed that? Or is it just me? Have you noticed that our young people are running away from home? Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that our young people are being snatched? Have you noticed that? People, we have to pay attention. Our young people are our future. I was just having a conversation with a dear friend of mine. He said, Martin, we probably won't be able to save some of them, but those that we can reach out to, let's try to save them. Let's go to the schools and talk to them. Let them see successful people, how they look. We don't want our young people looking up to the gang leader. We don't want our young people looking up to the drill rappers. We don't want our young people to be looking up to the pill poppers, the weed smokers, and the alcoholics, the shooters. Do we really want our young people to look up to them? The drug dealers? Come on, people. Can I be honest? Can I tell the truth and shame the devil? We're in trouble, people. You know it. Our schools are failing. Our churches are empty. Our synagogues and mosques are empty. The older people don't want to be bothered with the younger people, and the younger people don't want to be bothered with the older people. There is a disconnect. We got a homeless population out here of young people that's riding the train from the north side to the south side, out west, that's angry, that's upset. Is it just me noticing these things or what? Young lady, father, mother. Now you know your son on psych medicine, but you allowing him to smoke weed, drink, pop pills and everything, all on top of that medication. And you wonder why your son is out there shooting people, robbing people. It's too many chemicals going on in his brain. He don't know if he's coming or going. He's a walking time bomb. He's a disaster waiting to happen in the community. Aren't we tired of raising drive-by shooters, carjackers, catalytic converter thieves? Are we tired of that? Come on, people. Y'all know who they are. Y'all know it. You really would be embarrassed if Illinois started putting your son's pictures, your minor son's pictures, in the newspaper. See, they're really cutting you slack. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care if you're 10 years old. I want them to put your picture up there. So I know if you're living next door to me, I know to watch you. And if it wasn't for you having other children, I probably would advocate for you being locked up too. But since I know that you have other children, I understand. Since I know that you're a single mother, that you're working and going to school and you're away from your sons and daughters so many hours, I understand and I sympathize with you, mama, daddy. But we got to get on their motherly duties, our daddy duties. People, we need help in our community, Black people. There's no one politician that's going to save us. The police department is not going to save us. Policies in place is not going to save us. We need help. We need spiritual help. We need spiritual guidance from God on high. We need a new mindset, starting with the adults first. Because a lot of adults, you up with that drill rap music. You up with this killing and shooting, unnecessary killing and shooting. I'm not talking about self-defense, because I believe every man and every woman should be able and defend themselves. I have a problem with that. I got a problem with that because we had a disagreement. Now you want to pull your gun out and shoot me. I got a problem with you because I cut you off. Now you want to shoot inside my car. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with that. Young man, you run up to somebody's car with tinted windows. You don't know who in there. You putting 100 bullets inside this car. You don't know if his mom in there, his child in there, or his woman in there. I got a problem with that. I got a problem with us killing babies. I have a problem with that. With us going up under somebody's car and stealing their catalytic converter. I have a problem with that. I have a serious problem with that. People, thank you so much for listening to me. I thought I was going to have a talk, but I was led to talk this way. And my heart goes out to every family member, every bereaving family member, every family member that have a loved one that's missing. My heart goes out to you. Every young person that's out there in these streets that's sex trafficking, running away from home, those that have been kidnapped, my heart goes out for you. My prayer is that you safely return and get some help. My heart goes out for you. Parents, I'm going to pray for you. We need help. We no longer can use, I'm a single parent. The system don't want us whooping our child. We making excuses. We making excuses. God don't bring no bodies here that he don't help and can't feed and house. We got to make it do what it do. We have to do that. Fathers, mothers, we got to stop turning our children against the other, against the mother, and against the father. It's not working. It's not working. We see the results all on the news. We see the results all in these communities. We see it. We see it. It's so much bad that's going on among our young people, and the ones that's doing great, we can't even see that. We can't even see the good ones that's doing really great. And it's a lot of young people out there just doing wonderful. Listen to their parents. They're going to school. They're behaving. They're not getting involved with drugs. They're not running with the gangbangers. I commend every young person that's doing what they're supposed to do. Thank you so much, young people. And I don't mean to come down hard on the young people, that those ones that are doing what they're supposed to do. The ones that are not doing what they're supposed to do, I'm coming down hard on them. That's it. That's for real talk. All right, people. Y'all know what time it is. This is live, uncut, unedited. I appreciate you. I want to thank my YouTube family for coming in. Make sure that you subscribe to this video, Martin G. Johnson on YouTube. I'm on Facebook, Martin G. Johnson, The Crime Chaser on Instagram, Chicago Crime Chaser on TikTok. So follow me. Share this video with a young person. Matter of fact, don't even do that. Take this video, put it on your phone, post it on your TV, mirror it to your TV, and sit your young teenager, underage, with you and listen to this. Listen, I'm telling you what's going on out here, mama. And mama, I'm going to leave you with this, and daddy too. Don't see the wrong in other people's children when you can't even see none of your own. Okay, don't do that. That's not fair. That's not right. You can always point the finger at Miss Jones and them sons and children. They causing trouble on the block. And you know your sons and your daughters got a lot of traffic running in and out the house. They got friends that carry guns, smelling like weed and all that. And the only thing different, they may not be hanging in front of the house, but they all in the house, in the backyard. So be careful when you point fingers at your neighbor and you got the same exact thing going on in your house. And let me say this, and this is what you won't see on the news. You have a lot of concerned parents that's concerned about crime. You have a lot of parents that turn their children in to law enforcement when they do wrong. The news is not going to show you that. Some parents want their children to be held accountable. This is real talk. Real talk. Well, you say, well, Martin, I love my son unconditionally, but I ain't turning him in. And I understand. I'm not mad at you. But I'm telling you what's happening out here. All right, people, I got to go. This is live, uncut, unedited. Live, uncut, unedited. Pray for me live, as I pray for you. Uncut, unedited.